45, 50 minutes before warm-up. It was sensational.
Razzie Erasmus, you may have seen, had a cheeky go at predicting France's 23 half an hour before Fabien Gaultier named it this week, and he got all 23 right. So he seemed to know that half a dozen Frenchmen who started the World Cup quarter-final would start tonight. Gaël Ficou is captain again in the absence of the recuperating Antoine Dupont. Two new props to keep an eye out for, Baptiste Dossio and Clémence Regis Montagne. We've already talked about Sia Khaleesi's 100th Test match. It's also Erasmus's 50th as head coach, and he's employing 9 from the off who started here 2 years ago. Khaleesi, of course, de Toy, Etzebeth, Reinach, Arensa, Dealende, Creel, Colby, Willemse. In fact, the brilliant young fly half Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu, the only back who didn't start the quarter-final. And a word for Edinburgh prop, Boan Fenta. Huge night for him, replacing Ox and Che. Toulouse hooker Guillaume Cramont all set for his debut off the bench, while South Africa have gone for a kind of 5.5, 2.5 split on the bench. Benjamin Andre Esterhazen covering his usual position in midfield and the back row.
Well, he's certainly big enough, he's certainly strong enough. I'll tell you what, Nick and Dan, I still have the chills from those anthems. I think it is just a special electric feeling about this game. Two absolute giants clashing. 100th cap for Sia Khaleesi, it's as big as it gets. Emotions are absolutely sky high. I just hope they're going to be able on the French side to contain them and to fuel them and to use them to play positive, dynamic, offensive rugby, and then the crowd will go absolutely berserk behind them.
41-year-old Australian from Sydney in charge. At the end of a grey, damp day in Paris, we have all this. Whisper it quietly, but this may turn out to be one of the games of the year. France in the blue, South Africa in their change strip tonight. White shirts, but there's something very familiar about everything else. And the first real test, they rained down those high balls on France in the World Cup quarter-final. Sent France wild and very, very early on being pushed backwards as Romain Tumac heads back beneath his posts, looks one way, finds touch the other. Just.
I think Stade just pushed that out himself, actually, Nick. So I think he has. I mean, brilliant play from South Africa to start off with. Accurate from the box kick from Codus Reinach. Double kick because they got Tomo Ramos into the front line. Brilliant chase. And Romain Tumac gets a little bit lucky with that clearance kick.
Chiseling Colby is just something else in the air for such a little man. Winning that aerial battle with his former teammate of Toulouse, Thomas Ramos. And then that little touch of Pete-Steph du Toit allows France to have a bit of a breather, otherwise it would have been very complicated. So close to the line.
Advantage early.
France will have the advantage. South Africa a little over-eager in the line-up. Oh, and the pass making the absolute most of the advantage. Goodness me, the circus show already. And Louis Bielbarré chasing the kick through. Arensa got there first, as he absolutely had to do. Bielbarré has it, however Angus Gardner saw a knock on. Will come back for a good old-fashioned scrum. There was nothing good and old-fashioned about that.
It's going to be the first confrontation for those two young French props. But what a clever pass by Nolan Le Garrec. What an incredible grubber kick.
I've lost a personal bet with myself. I said it would take him 5 minutes to do one of those backdoor flips today, and it's taken him 1 minute 50.
Look at that. He is a talented rugby player, obviously replacing injured or recovering Antoine Dupont, but he has something incredible to offer. He's got so much dynamism, and then the guts, you know, the energy of the French pack, backing Barassi to counter-rocket to get that possession. But now Erdosio and Regis Montagne are facing, without any trick words in here, another mountain in front of them, the South African pack.
Set.
Now, Dossio up against Thomas du Toit, Montagne against Boan Fenta, equally inexperienced. South African ball, and Dealende seeking some grass, some space, hunted down, but it will be French throw.
Double shunt on that scrum. The Springboks definitely want to test the French pack. The ball is there, it's hooked by Malcolm Marx. It's in the feet of the number 8. But there's that double effort to try to squeeze in a penalty and to show the ref that they're stronger.
Guys,
such a key area of the game, this middle third, in terms of especially with the way these two teams play. Can you have territorial dominance? Can you turn pressure into points? Who's going to win that mid third?
Julien Marchand to Michael Guillard, the Lyon number 8. Greg Aldritt's initial, one of the talking points in the build-up to this match. No Charles Olivant either. It's a new look French back row, and the test for Arensa, and France have it back. Le Garec, Tamac, and the work of Ficou, and that's wonderful, and it's going to work and bounce, and Penaud scores, and the roars tell you.
Just absolutely brilliant from Tomo Ramos. Actually, Jesse Creel does a really good job of turning Tomo Ramos back on the inside. South Africa are a little bit lazy on that short side coming back in, but that's just absolutely brilliant. Off the cuff, a world-class player to another world-class player. And that's what this guy gives you in the team in terms of Tomo Ramos. You pick Ficou, you pick Barassi, but you've got Tomo Ramos as that second ball player to help Romain Ntamack out. And just Damien Penaud doing what he does so well, finishing off an absolute brilliant try, a brilliant start for France.
And with that, Damien Penaud becomes France's most potent try scorer of all time. A try to take him beyond the great Serge Blanco, who was doing his stuff in the 80s and 90s, and the man who helped set it up. Tomo Ramos with the conversion. 5 minutes gone, France 7, South Africa 0.
I'm a little bit disappointed, actually, Nick, that we didn't see anything sort of a little bit tricky from Rassie Erasmus on Tomo Ramos' first conversion there, by maybe sending Cheslin Colby a couple of yards offside, or maybe get a bit of a charge down to play some mind games. So that was one of the moments I was looking forward to, but it was a bit of a damp squib.
Now we've had the start.
Yeah, you're fine.
South Africa have the ball.
That is a very strong defense by the Springboks pack. Kick-off landing in the hands of France, and you could hear Nolan Le Garec try to impose that double shove and get that maul rolling to try to milk a penalty to exit in a clear way.
When that second shove comes on,
the Springboks defended beautifully.
Which is why I said play away. Okay? If you want to get rewarded, you've got to stay up in the contest. Yeah.
Interesting to see what South Africa do here. You'd imagine Dialande will probably come in at first receiver, look to get over the top of maybe Romain Ntamack and get that big pack round the corner, off nine, until they get some momentum to spread it to the backs.
Okay, space was good, same again. Crouch!
Brief glimpse of William Servat, who's looking after this French scrum these days. A defensive one here. Corbus Reinach and Visa digging his heels into the turf. Here's Dialande. Reinach. And then again, the run from Visa. Willemse waits for it, but still the softening up process from the Springboks. A little bit more of that with Etzebeth. And France working over the ball, and you heard Angus Gardner tell us that the counter-up was a very good one.
Just one of Sean Edwards' big ploys when a team comes into their opposition 22. Every ruck gets counteract, every ruck gets tackled, every ruck is a war zone in terms of making a mess of it. You've seen that in the first 3 rucks there.
And every ruck is a war zone because the tackle ability is sensational. Mathieu Jalibert is a creative genius. Romain Ntamack does not shy away from any tackles. He gets Dialande, Anthony Jolon there, chops tackle Eden Etzebeth. You have to stand up to that physical adversity, and France will do it beautifully.
5, thank you very much. 5-man. Switch is good.
Manny Meafo standing at the tail of this line-up, didn't get that far. Instead it was Guillard. And this is Marchand. Those fast twitching feet of the hooker. Flamand drives almost up to halfway. However,
Latcher to floor. You're latcher to floor. And holding on.
Physicality is just on another level, isn't it?
Holding on.
It's really, I mean, we've seen a lot of rugby over the first couple of weekends of this Quilter Nations series, but just in the opening 8.5 minutes here, it seems like the physicality level has gone up another level, you know, in terms of these two teams are probably a little bit above the rest at the minute, aren't they?
It's only going to be an eye-opener for Regis Montagna, the Clermont Tighthead, first test start. Off the bench twice on the summer tour to New Zealand.
Yeah, it's probably big Manny Meafou who got pinged there, trying to latch his colleague of the second row, Thibaut Flamand. You got to bring everything.
No shot clock.
But not keeping his body composure.
Sacha Feinberg and Gomezulu on a still French night. Straight and true, and the box on the board.
Brilliant kick from Sacha Feinberg and Gomezulu. Just a great settler for him as well. We speak about all of his talent and all of his ability, but you want to start a big game well, especially when your team have just gone behind on the scoreboard. That'll settle him and his team nicely.
France ahead, that earliest of Damien Penaud tries. The record-breaking try for Penaud.
There's a tackler at the back. Step back, you're offside. Right back to the last. And use it.
Taken by the fullback Ramos, and here's the try scorer. No way that Pierre-Louis Barassi was finding much room there. Tamac, shaped to kick, decided instead to employ his captain. And he's hauled over by Kurtley Arendse.
Yes, yes. If you want. No.
I could just see Sean Edwards pulling any of his hair that's remaining out there in terms of overplaying in that middle third.
Yeah.
Pressure put on Romain Ntamak and Gaël Foucault there, but I know that France's kicking strategy is 9 times out of 10.
Just repeat, HIA, number 5,
kick
South
long,
Africa.
get a flyer in.
HIA, number 5.
Number 5, South Africa is Lud de Jager. So he's heading off for the head assessment.
Yeah,
South Africa with R.G. Snyman and
guys, I've got the call
Ran
for
Nortje.
HIA on number 5. Yeah, number 5. Yeah.
Well, it's
number 5, mate.
Snyman who's coming on, or is he? He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Goes one way, heads back the other. He is going to be called on. It's actually going to be Ran Nortje who is on instead.
Is the replacement done?
And
just a HIA.
de Jager
Hey, thanks
swaps
for the numbers
places
before.
for
I'll
what
get it from them as well.
he hopes will be a temporarily few minutes.
Doesn't that just speak volumes that you lose Lud de Jager in the first 10 minutes for a HIA? R.G. Snyman warms up, gets his tracksuit off, gets told to sit down, and all of a sudden you bring Ran Nortje on. I mean, just goes to show the depth they've got in that position. Ridiculous.
Rassi Erasmus picking a couple of lock forwards on the bench. He's already using one of them, and Diolende spreads that over the French defence that was up quickly, and the ball does its work from a French perspective. Benjamin in his famous yellow gloves gives us the thumbs up.
You could tell that's all the tricks are going to be played tonight. Defensive ability on the French side, chip over by the Springboks. France have got something loaded up on the kicking game. But certainly this scrummaging area is going to be some fascinating battle. Both teams trying to impose domination while still very, very being disciplined, listening to the referee's calls, trying to work with him to create that domination. And then the coaching is going to be key in the second half.
Off the floor. Good patience, good gap. Be patient, don't lean.
Manny Meafou about to throw his 6'7", 23-stone frame into all of this. Nolan Le Garrec. Scrum half again tonight. Antoine Dupont, by the way, hoping to be back for the Six Nations after his knee problems. He's been with the group this week, training at Marcoussis down the road. Oh, what a scrum from South Africa. On so many occasions over the course of the Rugby Championship, it was like the opposing 8, Benjamin, were merely a shopping trolley, and they did a job again just then.
Yeah, Thomas du Toit getting the compliments and the celebrations. That is a proper display of power, collective power there. At the moment when Julien Marchand is just about to hook the ball, you see his right arm popping, because there's a tremendous amount of pressure coming from Malcolm Marx. They're popping, trying to break that tight-head hooker positioning. Even Kobus Reinhardt looks to be enjoying scrummaging. I mean, it's part of their blood. That's a big uppercut.
There's no shot clock on the screen, so we're just going to go manual timing for the shot clock. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's on the screen now.
We have the shot clock now. We're into the final 30 seconds for Feinberg and Gomezulu.
Guys, whoever's on the button, who's on the button?
Simple enough. And the French lead that was 7 points, now just the one.
Benjamin, I know it's hindsight, we're all brilliant and all experts, but was that a bit of a strange decision from France to opt for the scrum, where they could have had a 22 restart, send their sort of kick strategy long, send a chaser and pressure them that way, the box? Is that a strange decision?
It's a good point. They're probably trying to be a little bit greedy by winning those, 6 or 7 meters that allowed them to have that scrum rather than to go back to the 22. Certainly, if they could do it over again, they would probably change their mind.
It was a decent enough restart from Tamac, but Pierre-Louis Barassi, in his excitement, just barged his way through, and Etzebeth ended up on the floor.
Just in over here. Yeah.
Feinberg and Gomezulu, one of Springbok poster boys this year, if not the poster boy.
Sasha, just back here, mate.
It's only his 5th start in a row, Dan, but what you will have seen as one of the world's best fly halves, from your perspective in him, will have been startling, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him and there's been lots of talk about comparing him to Dan Garter, which he's got a long way to go to get to that level, but what he has got, there's not many weaknesses in his game. His pace, his power, his kicking game, his running game, so he's got a little bit of everything, and when you play behind this pack, you tend to get an opportunity to express yourself a little bit more than perhaps behind packs that are getting beaten up a bit.
Etzebeth back on his feet, winning the ball, and Marx to Reinach, who'd stayed in close contact. Blasted up again by Visa initially. Sir Khaleesi doing the clear-out work. We'll talk about what Khaleesi brings as a rugby player in a minute or two. And it's that kind of clear-out work, the hard, greasy stuff that he does, as well as Willemse under pressure. Got that ball away, but Ramos again up to his tricks. Willemse chasing all the way back with the roars of Paris in his ears. He gets away from Ramos and Penaud, and he did very well.
Opportunity, half an opportunity here. France are a little bit short.
Okay, take him back in.
I think South Africa are probably just going to go fairly pragmatic with the pressure they're under here.
Step. Knock on.
Tamac for France with the knock-on advantage.
Knock-on advantage. Yeah, there's a jackler.
Driven up by Miafu.
Advantage over.
So again, the high steepler. Fiku tried to get there, but it was Louis Bielbiere. In the end, Bouillon flings it wide, a little bit untidily. So what's Ramos got on his mind? That's not a bad idea. Trying to employ Penaud again, but it was read nicely.
Play on the shoulder, on the shoulder.
Bumped up by Baptiste Dossier.
Really important for Roland Nogarek here just to take control of this a little bit. There's been a couple of little grubbers, a little bit of sort of aimless kick in, just for him to take a little bit of control, get his team back on the front foot, keep the ball in front of his pack of forwards.
Willemse
good contest
on his own kick. Oh, how well did he do? And wisely held on to it. And then as he tried to get the ball away, he was prevented from doing so.
Ball by Blue as well.
I think illegally Nolan Le Garec initially. Angus Gardner would have had a lot on his mind just then.
I'm not sure who it was, but somebody got absolutely clattered off the ball. I'm not sure if we can get a replay of that, but absolutely clattered off the ball.
Shot.
It is quite mesmerizing to see how little teams want to give up possession. Every time they regather it, they're ready to kick it out again. I think it's Paul Boudouin there, the back row from La Rochelle. Perhaps he melt a Springbok player. Certainly neither teams are holding back. The ruck intensity is absolutely sky high. And the aerial battles are something to be proud of.
Feinberg and Ngomazulu picked ahead of Andre Pollard tonight. Mone Libo on the bench. He knew how deep and hot these waters would be, and South Africa learning more and more about him. That one's slid wide.
22.
But you understand the decision of Rassie Erasmus, Dan, to start Feinberg and Ngomazulu tonight. These are the nights that you learn a lot.
These are exactly, you're absolutely spot on, Nick, in terms of you've seen what he can do when the game gets away from them in the Rugby Championship in terms of the big victories and what he can produce in those games. But you want to see if he can roll his sleeves up, keep the game in front of his forwards, control a tight game and get over the line in a game like this, away from home in a hostile environment. So just, again, brilliant from Erasmus, backing him to the hilt.
Norkia still with us for Diaka, who's in the middle of an HIA.
Offside.
And France too eager, and South Africa will have another shot at the post, it would seem. And there's a lecture on the way.
No, it's offside.
Yes, but after the guys come back.
No. But listen. Starting to get a few penalties now, okay? We had you running into the player. We had offside. Okay, then we had a tackle off the ball. The discipline needs to be better. Yeah, offside. Okay, yeah,
Thierry Henry, Deshenti, Lezarazu, you two were fanboying about half an hour ago. Don't deny it. You were down there introducing yourselves. He knew your name, Benjamin.
I did. This is the highlight of my night. Thierry Henry saying hello to me. A proud moment. Obviously, French athlete royalty there. And you could add Brahim Asloum, who was on top of them, Olympic boxing champion. We need all the support. We need absolutely all the support.
Listen to this stadium. Please respect the kicker. I don't think so. And the 80-odd thousand inside this arena got what they wanted in the end. Grant Williams, an option on the bench later.
It's still really, really early in the game, but you think this game is going to come down to probably a one-score game, and I think every point is so valuable, which is another thing which Sasha Feinberg and Ngomazulu is going to have to sort of produce those Andre Pollard levels of goal kicking. Ooh.
No, he held his ground.
Tried to cotton on to his own kick there. And Tumac, France's 10, weaves his way up to the 10-metre line. Every metre will come with a bruise tonight.
Play on. Turnover good.
Visa, who's had the ball stripped away from him.
Deliberate knock on. Okay.
France have it. And they have a penalty as well.
It's honestly, I'm absolute. I don't know about you two, but I'm loving this. This is what Test match rugby is all about.
Number 11.
Yes, you want to see brilliant rugby. Yes, you want to see great scores, etc., but you want it tense.
Just where you are.
Want it tight. You want it physical. You want both teams not giving an inch, and you've got exactly that in the opening 20 minutes. It's just been brilliantly bruising.
It was Curtly Aronson, by the way, who was picked out by Angus Gardner. Net result.
How many?
France attacking line-out.
Six.
Yeah, strategic arm wrestle, but this is a great opportunity for France. They've been longing for a good platform in the Springboks camp. Let's see what they can put together.
Guillard again, busy in the airways above the Stade de France early on, and Barassi, good charging run. Tumac. Le Garrec picks Flemont, who makes very decent ground. Picked up by Gelon. Here's Pierre-Louis Barassi again, the Toulouse centre. Hit up by Dossio. Miafu waits, it's behind him, and it's another kick, and then again it's Penaud, and too close to Willemse.
Back. On the mark, on the mark.
Wanted to go quickly.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, on the mark, stay on the mark.
See if he calls a scrum again here, Damien Willemse.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that anymore, are you? Little echoes of the World Cup a couple of years ago.
France will be happy with that.
Yeah.
Good end result. I know it was a bit of a nothing kick from Romain Ntamack, but
Time
get
off.
the ball back 30 metres out with another set piece.
Number 20, South
Here
Africa
comes
off.
Ludiache.
HIA return. Thank you.
He's passed his
Let's do it. Yeah, send him on.
HIA. He's actually one of 8 players tonight, South African players, who play their rugby in Japan.
Thanks, Ludo.
For the Wild Knights in Saitama. It's a decent paycheck, and who can blame them?
Seven.
Midway through this frenetic first half, Damien Penaud with a beautiful early try to become France's all-time greatest try scorer.
Timing's good.
Sasha Feinberg and Gomazulu with a couple of penalties since. Le Garrec waits. Fiku, the captain, demanding it. Invited to run it inside centre tonight. And Flamand almost up to the 22. Gelon just pops it up. Boudon tried to continue the momentum. Ntamack, again the kick. Again it's dropped by Willemse. And France try to pile over the top and add to the pressure. About 80,000 voices encouraging them to do so, but Pieter-Steph du Toit has it all under control.
From a South African point of view, Kobus Reinhardt needs to find the stands here.
There's a tackler.
8 or 9 players on the floor there for South Africa. They need to find touch here, otherwise Romain Ntamack is getting this ball in as quickly as possible and counter-attacking. Hasn't found touch.
Ramos was to Ntamack's right, but decided instead to take on Kalisin. It's just opening up a little bit on this shorter blind side nearest to us.
Counter-ruck's okay there.
South Africa think that ball that wasn't theirs might be theirs soon, but France just closed the door in time. Guillard.
Good contest.
Penaud remains the threat. Furthest wide on that right-hand side. Gelon.
No! No! No, don't go over the top. It's a dead ruck.
Marchand.
Ramos is dropping back into the... He's just coming down to the left-hand side now.
Your player's on top of him. Your player's on top of him.
Slow and sticky, but still the threat. Through the middle and either side with Louis Bielbarré and Damien Penaud.
Leave it 6.
Prowling.
Ball's there.
On the wide outside. Ntamack. Little step from Barassi. Guillard.
Advantage.
Penalty to France on the way.
Number 3.
Penalty against du Toit.
Number 2 when number 3 is at the back. Yeah, I know. That's why you had the penalty. Yep. 3.
Like that a lot from France, actually, in terms of...
Guys, I can't allow a jackal.
They're almost drawing...
If a tackler's at the back, impacting the clean,
almost
which it did.
drawing South Africa onto them to give away a penalty, to go a little bit harder at a ruck. Really good from Ramos and Ntamack in terms of when your forwards are in the 22, picking and going, you can't be split as a backline. And what Ramos and Ntamack did, they came to the same side so they could attack as a full backline rather than being split and get an edge call. So really good play from the backs of France.
And he go to touch. That is a huge call. The crowd is loving it. Big, big moment.
Need a ball.
6, yeah. 2 metres, 2 metres.
Christophe Ridley, one of the assistant referees, part of the search. Now Marchand has one, and the noise around this stadium.
Okay, step out. Okay, good. Okay, here we go.
To the front, and Gia. And now the surge. South Africa have done well to stop it, but they've conceded a penalty in the process. Fiku, Tomac, really opening up. Ramos must score. Peno does. And France's new record all-time try scorer has another.
You got anything there?
The gamble plays off in terms of not taking the three, being brave, going to the corner. South Africa just sell themselves a little bit. Really poor from Aronson in terms of how far he comes in. He doesn't come up straight, he angles in, gives Intermac an option to get the ball into Ramos's hands, but really well finished, a really well worked team try in terms of backing the decision to go to the corner, being brave, winning yourself a penalty as a pack of forwards, executing your play out the back with your back line, and finishing in the corner with a pretty good winger. So pretty happy French coaches to the right of us just now.
What a finish. South Africa didn't make it easy. You can see how wide the conversion's being taken from. Kissed the inside of the post. And it's a 7-point score.
Like we said, just a brilliant score from France, and they're starting to dominate possession a little bit now. 62% possession, looking like they're flexing their muscles a little bit.
A little bit of concern for Peno as he slid into the electronic advertising hoardings at the back, but he's fine. Touch judge Nika Amashikeli on the other side.
No, just take the line out, I think.
May well be a small point, but Tomo Ramos knocking that touchline goal conversion over Sasha Feinberg and Gunnar missing a couple of long-range efforts.
Yep, 2 meters.
Could those couple of points be the difference at the end of the day come 80 minutes?
It was just 1 point the difference when they were last here 2 years ago.
Advantage.
Interesting to see Springboks social media people reposting that Ramos charge down, by the way. He'd have seen that. And France right now are fired up, Benjamin.
Backing up a sensational decision to go to touch, the ability to execute, use the penalty advantage. Gaël Fickou, Romain Tamac, Thomas Ramos, lightning passes to get Damien Penaud to finish. That was really good, but you have to back that up against the double world champions that come to Paris with a received kickoff and an ability to get out of your own half in a clinical, disciplined way. Not only did they catch the kickoff, but on top of that, they managed on the line-out drive to milk a penalty. 40 meters of the one and only Thomas Ramos, who is just walking on a cloud at the moment. I don't think there's anything he can't do. He's oozing of confidence. And that confidence is those 2 points that you mentioned, Biggs, that definitely they will make a huge difference.
Taken by Flamand. Half an hour gone.
One stop.
And France are giving the world champions a good rattle here.
Get ready to use
2 Peno tries. Fickou. No way through for him.
Counter-ruck scored. No.
Visa made sure of that.
No
Khaleesi
hands.
wasn't far away. And Khaleesi in there again, doing what he can.
France ball. Good contest. No.
Brutal, isn't it? Absolutely brutal.
And Tanya had to go in to free the ball for Nolan Le Garrec. Inside. Are calling for the mark.
Just something here. France are operating around 63% possession and territory. You go rewind 2 years ago, South Africa had 40% territory, 40% possession in that game, and just came alive in moments.
That's Lindsay Veyer, the analyst, and interesting to see Rassie Erasmus just seeing what the numbers might say, what the replays might tell him. But at the moment, for large parts of this match, they're second best.
I think Rossi is scratching his head about the last time he saw his team manage to regather possession on a counter-ruck and get re-counter-rucked on their own counter-ruck. That's France stepping up to the physicality, really taking on that physical challenge.
You're through the middle.
Corbus Reinach not entirely happy with the way that life was developing. He's a bit happier now. South Africa have the scrum, and Sia Khaleesi leads the charge. And great big Dwayne Vermeulen down on the touchline, part of the coaching team these days. Looks on with some satisfaction, I imagine.
I think what's important for South Africa of this sort of setup play.
Substitution number 1. Is that a substitution?
Oh, South Africa are making a very early change, and Van Venter, the Edinburgh loosehead who came in to start ahead of the injured Oxen Che, is being replaced by Gerard Steenkamp, it would seem. That's a fairly early shepherd's crook. Half an hour gone. And Rassie Erasmus not messing around if he thinks that a change needs to be made, and he's made it.
Wait for the call. Good space, don't lean.
Doesn't seem like there's an injury or anything there, Benjamin, no?
I think that's Rassie just trying to shake things up, show that he's not happy. Send him a fresh player with a key message to the rest of the pack. On a scrum. Springboks looked pretty dominant in the first couple of scrums that we saw in this first half.
So Steenkamp part of all this again.
Guys, don't lean. You've just come on. Don't lean.
Just before the substitution, just talking about what maybe where South Africa need to get themselves back into the game. And normally when you're under pressure, when you're losing collisions, when you're losing territory, you need to go back to what works for you. I'd be tempted to just get Dialande getting into the game, where there's a little bit of a sting out of the game now. You can maybe find some weaker shoulders and just keep possession.
Top. Mais quel beau parcours ces jeunes joueurs, belle réaction mêlée. En pénalité pour l'Afrique du Sud, on va nous pénaliser et ils vont la jouer quand même, hein, les Sudaf. Avec ce ballon qui va être libéré.
Il considère qu'on est cruel en mêlée.
Pourquoi pas Reinhardt qui est passé. S'il y a un soutien, le jeu au pied, il va y aller tout seul, s'il y a le rebond. Et il y a le rebond pour Reinhardt. Ouais, et c'est pour l'Afrique du Sud. Ils se sont fait prendre sur le fermé.
He strikes the ball so sweetly. And look at this, South Africa right back in it.
France will be gutted. Quite a lazy penalty, I thought, for one Stade. The French pack stood up to the challenge, but a penalty advantage. Corbus Reinach does not need more than a little bit of a lazy defensive reset from Mani Meafu and Régis Montagne to take a chance. Wonderful chip kick and score with individual brilliance. Having that penalty advantage that allows them to take a chance. And exactly like you said, Biggs, so much effort. Unbelievable, tremendous amount of efforts in French camp to then only be 1 point ahead. Wow, that's quite disheartening.
France and Romain Tamac in no rush to restart. 5 minutes to half-time.
Yep, inside.
Try scorer's kick to the fullback, to Ramos. And work over the ball of Marks to no avail. This is Montagne. Here goes Boudon, continuing to do a job in the absence of Charles Olivon. Tamac. And then Ficou.
Access is good.
And the fly half chases his own kick. Well, he got his hands on the ball first, but couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah.
The aggression
contest was good, same speed, same
that
distance.
The Springboks backs have to chase those kicks and go into the aerial batter is very, very impressive. Julien Marchand there, little fend. The French forwards are doing well to try and find mini gaps. Big Paul Boudon there, hanging on strong for that aerial batter. 10 against 10. Seriously looks pretty ferocious.
Height. Don't roll the shoulder. Stay high.
You would have fit right in there, Biggs.
Again, respect the space.
That was one of the things I was half decent at. That
trust the call.
There weren't that many of them, but that was one of the things I was all right at.
So South Africa with a new loser, Gerard Steenkamp. Frustrating old time with a knee injury not so long ago. But at 6'4" and 21 stones, when you close your eyes and imagine what a Springbok prop looks like, then you probably imagine Gerard Steenkamp. And that's on wheels, however. A little bit too much.
That is a great effort. Julien Marchand there, the pilot of this French scrum. He's having a very solid game. You cannot have a good line-out platform and a good scrum without a proper boss in there. He's using that left hand, the loose-head side, to try to wheel the scrum and shift around the Springbok pressure, keeping the ball in, milking that penalty, and France have a proper shot before halftime.
Great kick from Romain Ntamack as well. Just goes under the radar, doesn't he, Ntamack, in terms of normally when he plays with Dupont takes all the headlines, but he's just so calm, so assured, makes very few errors, and puts his team into a brilliant position just before half-time.
2 meters, yep. Okay, 6 man. Swap's good.
It's been stolen by Diacha. They are the moments that kill you, Benjamin.
It's huge.
Wait.
Huge.
Wait.
Probably one of the main reasons why he's picked ahead of Arge Snyman. Certainly not for lack of size, but that defensive ability and the confidence to go up at the back. Because if you don't catch that line off, you don't counter it, you're 3 men down in the defensive line to go and chase it.
How many?
It is very risky, but it's paid off.
5.
That was a big opportunity for France just before halftime.
5 man. Swap's good. For the scrum collapse.
Passé, tire le rebond, et il y a le rebond.
Le Garrett. Tano goes on.
Yeah, ball's there.
Marchand. Boudon.
Pour Reinhardt,
Le Garrett. Been happy to build patiently enough from these breakdowns and set up kicks for people like Ntamack, Bielberet.
Knock on.
Airborne. Didn't come down with what he hoped for. Willemse, Marks.
Scrum advantage.
Giard goes in. Scrum's on the way.
Stay there, guys, that's enough.
Visa. So little ground for so much effort, but that's what he does, as well as anyone else in the world. Feinberg and Gomazulu. A little bit too close to Ramos, who covered the ground well.
Play on.
Ball knocked out in
Backwards.
the tackle. Bielberet, Fickou. Oh, Fickou very nearly went under the radar there.
Leave it 8.
Ntamack. Gelon tucks it under his armpit.
Hold in front.
Off the boot again of Ntamack.
Ball on.
Good kick again from Ntamack there. It may not...
Access.
Feinberg and Gomazulu.
Backwards.
Slightly overran it.
Play on.
But it's South African ball.
Play on. Leave it 2.
Marks has it. Rendition of the Marseillaise to tell us that we're into the 40th minute.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, hold on tempo. Hold on tempo. Hey, come here. It's okay. I'll just speak to these 2 boys. It's okay. I don't need anyone else. No, not you. Just these 2.
Ramos and Reinach.
Yeah, hey, guys. Guys, that's the second time. Yeah. Okay. Guys, we had it after the try and we had it now. That's it. Okay? We get on with the game? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I love Tomo Ramos.
Yeah, I'm just...
He was telling the story that he's rooming with Damien
Just let me
Penaud.
deal with it. Okay, I just wanted to... Gail, I just wanted to deal with that first. Now I'll deal with the TMO. Just give me some space. Yeah, okay, tempo.
TMO is Ian
I'd like
Tempest.
to show you a tackle by white 5 with head contact.
Okay. So actions of white number 5, head contact is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Well,
let's
we've
have a look
been
at that on
here
the screen.
before over the last week or so. From Chicago to Paris. The big screen is working at the Stade de France tonight, unlike Soldier Field, so we will get the biggest of views, and so most importantly with Angus Gardner.
We've got no replays yet here, Tempo.
Of what Ian Tempest is kicking out. Oof, goodness me. That's Le de Jager. And that feels, unless there's a lot of mitigation.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, okay, I agree. So, just hang on. Nika, come over here. See you, just give us some space.
Ramos is falling.
We've got direct shoulder to head. The arm is back. So, always illegal, but the player is low, okay? Boys, Nika, the player is low. So it reaches our yellow card threshold. Yeah. Why? The player is very low. Pardon me? Pardon me? Tempo, can you hear our conversation? Can I get your thoughts on that? So at the moment we've got a shoulder to the head with the arm backwards. So at the moment we've got an always illegal action.
Yes, I agree with that, Angus.
Okay, so now the question is around the threshold. Is it yellow card threshold or is it permanent red card threshold?
Do you want me to play at real speed for you,
Yes,
Angus?
please. Yes, please.
Real speed,
we need to consider that the ball carrier is on the floor.
That's the only mitigation, isn't it?
It's the only thing that's going to save Lou de Jager here. I mean, he's on his knees, isn't he? And it's always illegal. That's where he's struggling.
Permanent red card.
Because of the action.
Yeah. Intentional and reckless. Yeah. Okay, Tempo, are you hearing that? So we're at permanent red card threshold. Do you have any facts?
I have no other facts to add.
Okay. Your thoughts on that view?
And I agree with you.
Okay, let me explain it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the action is always illegal. No, the action is always illegal. Shoulder to head. It's a permanent red card.
Off he goes. Nothing yellowy red about that challenge from Lou de Jager. It felt the reddest of reds, and he's gone. And we're not even employing the foul play review officer.
We said that the only mitigation was Tomo Ramos on his knee, but that is just, the arm is tucked, it's with force, straight to the head. I think when you look at, the more you look at it, the more red card it looks, doesn't it?
What do you think, Benjamin?
Yeah.
I think the Stade de France absolutely enjoyed thoroughly that decision. But yes, a reckless tackle attempt by Lou de Jager. He is huge, but he has to be more disciplined. Tomo Ramos could have been seriously injured.
One stop.
Huge shift of momentum.
Well, the amount of time that the referees gave to moments like that when they met at the start of this week, particularly after what happened to Tyg Byrne in Chicago. No other area of the game has been looked at more than that over the course of the week. And Angus Gardner was absolutely sure that red will end a pulsating first 40 minutes here in Paris. The circus pitched up into town early. Damian Penaud's try off the magic of Ramos. Penaud scored a second soon after. He's now France's record all-time try scorer. See if Andre Esterhazen is out there as a result.
Okay, thank you. Okay, time's on. Stay behind.
They brought on Ryan Norkia.
feel like they could probably live without one of those back rowers, but they feel like they need to be loaded up in that second row department, Benjamin, probably for set piece wise as well.
Yeah, just wait, just wait.
It's exactly that, probably the balance of the line out and the defensive pressure that they can apply.
Yes, play if you want.
Yeah, Norkia is on for Sir Khaleesi, not the way Khaleesi wanted to conclude his 100th Test match.
Yeah, blue on the line.
And just a reminder that the Springboks do have Andre Esterhuizen on the bench. Part forward, part back today. I think they primed him to come on as a flanker
just wait.
later on. How that's changed with the red card, we will see.
Yeah, it's all right.
Also, we spoke a lot about the benches, Nick, before the game, didn't we? And we said about when they're going to have to deploy it, when they're going to have to use it. South Africa have chose to use one and had to make one at half-time already without France having to make a change. So you'd say that it's just, at the minute, everything seems to be going since that red card in France's favour, the bench to come on.
Yeah, we've got a shoe here, a boot.
South Africa haven't used a couple of their options already, so...
Time's off.
Interesting to see how this plans out.
Now, what's going on with Julien Marchand's boot? As Khaleesi barks out whatever instructions he can. He will certainly bring his line-out presence and so much more beside Norkia. He's been one of the Springbok stars over the course of their rugby championship. Marchand has got his tyre back on. He's good to roll again. Reinach, score of Springbok trying the first half. Feinberg and Ngomazulu, that's probably not where he wanted it to go. And
play on. You ran into him.
Awkward fall.
Yeah, number 13 ran into him.
Gal
Play
Fiku.
on. Number 12 ran into him. Play on. 12 ran into him. Play on. Let's go.
Do you know what? I've been really impressed with Angus Gardner tonight. He's been clear, he's communicated everything, just been assertive. And he's absolutely spot on there. Fiku's just run into Willemson there in terms of that. He's been clear, and that's why I think it's been such a good contest. He's been clear at the rucks. He said,
was in the landing
fair
space.
To play on, fair to play on. No. He's communicated brilliantly with the players.
Oh, that's gone much too far, I think, for Feinberg and Ngomazulu. It was turned into an okay kick by Willemson. Worth saying, amongst all the technicalities about red cards, yellow red cards, replacements, that this has been a cracker so far.
Certainly the intensity is living up to the build-up. Rarely seen such a ferocious fight at ruck time. Rarely see two teams just never ready to give up. Normally you tend to depossess yourselves from the ball once you haven't gained offensive line or
insert fine.
Dominating the line after a couple of rucks.
Touched.
And neither of these teams are ready to do so. Third kick in a row that France managed to control.
Ramos has it under some pressure.
No! Second go!
France have been counting how often South Africa have been kicking the ball this year, averaging 16 a match. More kicks than scrums, almost as many as line-outs. And they've worked hard this week to come up with a plan to counter them, and so far largely so good. Visa. He takes on the shoulders of Boudouin. That's a decent contest between those two. And France have possession back. Here's Regis Montagna, one of the new props. Ramos spraying it further right to the captain. Fiku back up and running. Marchand. And Montagna once more. Winnie Atonia not played since the back end of last season, by the way, because of a grumbly hamstring. So it's Montagna tonight. Here goes Penaud, hunting a hat-trick. A lot of work to do, Biel Beret. Oh, he's done brilliantly. How on earth did he win that one?
Penaud's all good there.
Outnumbered. However, at the end of what was a good contest, it'll be a South African scrum.
We're not sure who it came off.
I just love the way this French team just come from...
Just wait.
From sort of counter-rucking, from turnover, transition, and they're just so good in terms of when they make a break, they just get their forwards in a line, play that offloading game. It's almost like they've got two shapes, their traditional shape where everyone plays, and then that forward offloading shape. Just brilliant to get on the front foot, and Biel Barret there doing Biel Barret things.
I think it's the only way also to just get around this such aggressive Springboks defence. The forwards are able to just have a little pop pass, resist to the domination of the tackle, stay up on their feet, link a little offload. We saw Mani Meafu, we saw Boudin, Julien Marchand's been brilliant.
Four.
And it's the risk you have to take against the Springboks.
South Africa are about to make a very interesting change because Andre Esterhuizen's one of the replacements down below is planning to come on. Wilco Low another. Ahir Sneeman also.
6 back on side.
Once more, Rassie Erasmus not hanging around.
Wait.
France, likewise, you can
Play
see them
on if
down
you
below,
want.
about to bring on the cavalry as well. They're about to make 4 changes. One of them being Guillaume Cramont, 24-year-old from Toulouse. This will be a debut for the hooker.
How many?
He'll have never experienced anything quite like this.
He is an absolute player, though. Could easily play at centre in terms of some of his highlights for Toulouse over the last couple of years. A real baller of a player. He's been brilliant in the top 14 this season so far.
Good contest.
Looks like France are about to bring on 5 players. Meantime, Ficou. Marchand clapping for it, doesn't get it. Ntamak does. And then Barassi. Neat, tidy, energetic, powerful as we've seen in midfield. The Toulouse man.
Just
Flamand.
incidental collision.
Once more, Angus Gardner making up his mind quickly. Once more, France on the front foot. Ntamak. Ficou was furthest wide on this right-hand side. Ripped up by Guillard. And this is Gelon. Montagna waits. Guillard again. Miafu. Ntamak. Penaud. Bielbiere. Back to Penaud, not quite.
Advantage.
And now France have to be on their defensive toes, South Africa, in transition from defence to attack. Shoulder
No hands.
into the job from Visa.
Hanging on a little bit at the box at the minute, aren't they? In terms of France, especially with that bench ready to come on. Just hanging on a little bit.
Over.
France are patient and confident, and they manage to build the phases until they find some space out wide. Big Mani Miafu allowing to shift that ball.
You have time.
And they find this edge. Louis Bielbiere is exactly the man that you want. With that inside ball for Damien Penaud. His Bordeaux Bègles teammates off the other wing is just a little bit too much behind him. Huge opportunity.
So interesting, this brand new front row. Guillaume Cramont, the hooker, Jean-Baptiste Gros and Dorian Aldeguerri either side of him, the new props. Romain Taufi-Fanua and Oscar Jegu replacing the men. Guillard amongst whom have given France the slenderest of leads. I wonder whether they'd have made that many changes if it had been 15 on 15. It's such an interesting call so early on in this second half from Fabien Gaultier. Meantime, first touch for Taufi-Fanua. Bielbiere puts the jets on. Popped up for Flamand. Oh, and then dropped frustratingly by Taufi-Fanua, and Benjamin to our right almost falls off his chair.
Such a good play. They went phases after phases the same way. This time they go back to the blind side. Big Romain Taufi-Fanua, great hands. And the electric Louis Bielbiere is almost there. That little pop pass for Thibaut Flamand is sensational. But then the same Romain Taufi-Fanua, unfortunately, is not going to manage to catch the pass from his fellow lock. Thibaut Flamand just there. Wow! Huge opportunity again. And only 1 point between those two teams.
Okay, here we go.
South African changes now. Damien Dialende amongst those coming off.
New faces, new faces.
Ebenezer has gone.
Don't go early, don't lead.
So too Thomas du Toit, he's replaced by Wilco Low. And Esterhuizen on into the back row, it would seem.
Hey. Your foot needs to be left. Okay, don't go.
And a man who made his name as a bullocking inside centre at Harlequins in the Gallagher Prem is once again, as he did against Japan last weekend at Wembley, being employed as a forward. This South African team, the mind of Rassie Erasmus, he lives in a world of his own, doesn't he?
Crouch!
I mean, there's so many column inches written about him and so much media coverage about him, but I mean, he generates interest, doesn't he? And he's generating a lot of success with this team as well. So just for me, I love it. I love the way that he's just reinventing the game, changing things up. And when he won back-to-back World Cups and Rugby Championships and Lion Series, you can almost do what you want.
How would you have felt as a big, grizzly, ugly forward, Benjamin, if your coach said, I tell you what, one of these attractive backs can do your job just as well?
Benjamin's good looking. He's a good-looking Frenchman in the Stade de France here.
You understand? You either are the receiver.
Let's face it, Andre is still using as not your traditional normal 12, okay? It was already a miracle that he has the ability and the gas and the handling skills to play with the backs. He belongs in that pack. He is built for it, certainly.
Yep.
He's defending in a more appropriate position in midfield at the moment, but France keeping it tight, going down that left-hand side. Jean-Baptiste Gros, Gelon. So many fresh legs, fresh lungs, to try to stuff a few more feathers in what is a not very plump France lead at the moment. A reminder, South Africa down to 14. Lou Diaga, straight red card at the end of the first half.
There's a tackler.
Fiku couldn't quite get it away. Oh, and then Ramos tried to come up with the cheekiest of kicks. Boudon. Oh, he does well. Engages Norkia in the fight. Jegu, a little bit loose.
Play on.
You just feel like they're just hanging on. It almost feels a little bit the minute that France feel like they can feel that, and they're a little bit edgy in those last passes or looking to try and kill the game off too early. Just keep patient, tire this team out. They're going to tire, even with the bench that South Africa can bring on. The bench that France have just brought on, just keep phase after phase after phase, keep working South Africa.
Fiku. Taufi Fanua.
Okay, and use it. Wait.
Jegu goes in. Extra sheet of insurance. Good kick. Underneath it, Kurtley Arendse. Oh, and it's gone forwards. And France will have the platform of an attacking scrum.
Reminded me a little bit of the game we saw earlier today in terms of at Murrayfield with New Zealand and Scotland. Scotland got punished for not taking their opportunities, and the longer you leave this champion team in the game in terms of the Springboks, the more chance they've got of sneaking it, picking up an intercept, a charge down, a forced pass, whatever it is. So just from my point of view, I think France have just got to tighten up a little bit and make sure they turn territory and possession into points.
Come on, let's go.
I just think France bigs are hoping just for a little bit more of ill discipline from the Springboks side, just to be able to milk the penalty here and there. But to be fair to them, the defensive line is absolutely ferocious and disciplined. So it's not giving many bullets to France. But now this is a good one. Great chase by Damien Penaud. Thumping tackle by Anthony Gelon. A little knock-on by Willemse, I think it was. Now a good positive scrum.
Knees up, please. Knees up, height up.
With Anthony Gelon shifting to 8.
Crouch.
Love the energy of Angus Gardner as well. Let's get on with this. Let's not hang around. He's adding to the occasion as much as he can.
Stand up. Reset.
Must have had a couple of espressos.
Bring it over here, please.
Pre-9 o'clock kickoff. No milk, no coffee, no milk in your coffee allowed in France, Benjamin, no?
No, you got to eat your espresso with knife and fork. That's how we say it. It needs to be thick and cuttable only by a knife.
Good space.
Let's go into this scrum with some big blokes. Hear what it sounds like. Imagine what it smells like.
a lot of very large humans, that's for sure.
In we go.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Angus Gardner running out of patience.
Keep your bind up.
And the penalty going against Dorian Aldegheri.
Dorian Aldegheri is a very, very strong scrummager. He has the dominance on the hit, but his bind does let go and he crosses inside, and that is a clear sign for the ref of a penalty incoming for the Springboks. Huge opportunity. That's really shame not to have been able to do a little bit more with it.
Well, it's been a scoreless second half so far. Those two Penaud tries for France and then Corbus Reinach.
Okay, wait, Lou.
Big error that. Big error that. Team down to 14 men, have to find touch.
Access.
Get your team, give your team a platform.
Feinberg and Gomezulu chases the kick and then lassos Ramos. Seemed to go forwards. It was certainly on the edge. France will do well to win this back. Just had enough bodies invested.
Okay, and use.
Le Garec. Maxime Lucu remains an option on the bench, the scrum half.
Play on.
Penaud did well to get highest. However, Springbok ball, Corbus Reinach ball, Sneijman ball. Feinberg and Gomezulu, how many times has he kicked the ball tonight? Part of the plan, it's worked for South Africa so far in 2025.
Everyone's on, touched.
Oh, it's been lost! Nolan Le Garec couldn't chase a ball that was eager to evade both players in the end. And now Ramos with another inviting kick for Penaud, and Aronson would have heard the hooves behind him.
Advantage over.
Why is South Africa kicking so much?
Probably trying to double down on that aerial battle where they've been pretty successful so far. Don't want to give back possession to France, who are very keen to hold on to the phases. But 13 kicks for a fly half, that is a trouble. That is a tremendous amount for sure. But as long as France is not totally dominating that aerial battle, it does make sense. But now this endless, again, cross kick by Thomas Ramos for his best mate, Damien Penaud, was close of being on the money.
Oh, as was that throw to pick out Sneijman. France were up there. They bought tickets, but it was Springbok ball, not for long. Here's Penaud again. Sneijman leading the defensive line. Ramos. Once again, work of Sneijman. 2 tackles in about 5 seconds. Gelon to Boudon.
Okay.
Tamac. Bielberet doesn't hold on to it long, instead employs the skipper.
Ball's out. Ball's out. Knock on. Just a knock on.
Told to give it up.
Ball's out.
So France with the knock-on advantage. This won't last long. Tamac.
Got advantage over there.
Boudon. Just as the advantage over was called, it was...
No, you had clear space.
Over the head.
You had clear space. Space. 15 wide. Yeah.
Again, a lot of diplomacy by the referee, Angus Gardner, to explain clear. You had clean space.
Okay, we go.
Clear space. You had enough of an opportunity to do something about this knock-on advantage. So the advantage was over.
Okay, you need to keep
Balls
your
lost
blind
by
up.
France.
France, I don't want to see you step. I want to see you go square.
He has. He's been really clear, hasn't he? Just really good. And you often find, don't you, the high-quality games are well refereed as well. In terms of he's just been excellent, he's been accurate, he's been clear in his comms and helped the game flow. And France, their handling errors are just creeping up a little bit now and just bringing the game into South Africa's hands a bit. But this is where Sacha Feinberg and Gomezulu, something you asked earlier, Nick, this is where he needs to grab the game a little bit.
Well, it's interesting because South Africa have made a change. They've taken off Damian Willemse, brought on Mani Libbok. Libbok's gone to 10, and Feinberg and Gomezulu's gone to fullback. So we have a new fly half.
Stay high.
Probably, to be fair, Razzie and the coaching staff could probably see that the game was just getting away a little bit from him when in that. So a bit of a change-up could be good for the Boks.
Back. They went back, Christoph. Okay, good, thank you.
The strength of Jasper Wiese, with men hanging off him to earn metres, and then Sneijman buying a big one from Taufi Fanua.
Okay, and you
Come and get some, Romain Taufi Fanua.
No, you
his opposite number.
Position.
Charged down by Jegu. And there is a suffocating French blanket all over the South Africans at the moment. And the penalty.
Extra movement on the floor.
And the work of Oscar Jegu.
No, extra movement on the floor. First thing is extra movement on the floor.
It's a brilliant penalty to win, isn't it? In terms of you've just brought a new 10 on, getting pressure on. That's what happens when you bring 5 people on at the same time, Nick. You've got energy, you've got people harrying, you've got people chasing, and this is what this guy's in the team for.
What are we doing?
You saw the power coming on with Taufanua from Grove, from Camon, from Aldegheri. This guy is just working his socks off, chasing things down, chasing lost causes, just adding a real bit of balance and a bit of a mix-up from what the others brought on in the bench. Really strong subs from Galtier.
100%. You can see on the faces of Boudon and all the others. That's taken them so much energy and so much deployment of that willingness to get forward for France to find finally that one penalty and give Thomas Ramos, I'm going to say how accurate he is, I don't want to jinx it,
no.
But give Thomas Ramos another opportunity, and you saw the relief in the crowd. They've worked very, very hard for this.
I'll say it, Benjamin, he's the best goal kicker in the world.
Thank you, mate.
Well, he's France's record point scorer. And he stretches that record. And France make change. We look to see who Deportair's replacing. It's the captain, it's Gaël Fickou. Deportair will get to throw his weight around in
guys, we have a substitution
midfield as Fickou heads off.
Really interesting bringing Maxime Loukou on, because he's a brilliant scrum half when you're in the lead in terms of managing his pack of forwards, keeping the game in front of them, playing in the right areas, feeding the ball to his forwards, nice and simple, low error count. He's a really good scrum half to bring on when you're up in a game.
Time on.
Yeah, tons of experience, tons of leadership, but Nolan Le Garrec, the young Nolan Le Garrec, did brilliantly well in such a big game. And Thibaut Flamand in the air, it is just a work of art.
Grant Williams on for Reinach, who will head to the shower fairly sharpish. The little green man who scored South Africa's try in that first half, their only try so far in this contest.
Tackle by 10 blue.
Penalty against Tamak.
Sorry, 14.
Whipped away by Libba. To Jesse Creel. I feel that we've not really mentioned Jesse Creel much in this contest. We might have been missing him, or South Africa not getting the ball to him that often.
Yeah, hasn't seen a huge amount of ball, has he, in terms of, and that's come a little bit from the box, not being able to go through phase after phase and get their usual physical dominance. And we spoke about it before the game. This is one of the teams that can match South Africa and the Springboks physically. Very few teams can. You probably look at sort of Ireland could in their absolute pomp. This French team can. The All Blacks on their day, but this team can challenge the Springboks physically consistently.
Well, there's no South African panic just yet. Saw Dwayne Vermeulen just passing on some instructions to Malcolm Marx as he slowly and casually walked towards this line out. He had Grant Williams standing at the front. Williams now the receiving scrum half. He gave the pat to send the box on their way, and it was Marx. Clever little move to set up Du Toit. And now Sneijman.
What's that?
First time we've looked towards the French try line for a while.
Thank you very much.
South Africa.
Advantage.
Playing for the first time in an attacking sense for the first time in a while.
It's offside.
French defence caught offside.
Big call here, Benjamin.
No, I had the offside first.
Tap and
go. The ball was out for me.
Scrum.
4 points. They certainly have the dominance in the scrum, so they could go for it. They could also just kick back to touch, because there's nothing better than huge men up in the air that are not allowed to be tackled or pushed over as long as they're still in the air to set up the world-famous driving maul.
Hey, Damien, you can't
France have got to step up, and they've got to decide, do we go up and compete in the air with Thibaut Flamand? Do we all wait for them on the floor?
What are you doing here, Benjamin? Are you going up or are you staying down?
I'm staying down. They are too big, too dangerous.
Really? Okay. Okay, Nika, here we go.
We looked at Arjes Neyman as the ball taken in by Norkia. Some of the biggest men on the planet in the middle of this green and white surge at the moment. Seeing a little bit more of those biggest men on the planet than we need to be honest. It's Steenekamp offering everything as South Africa drive towards the line. Williams goes digging, offers it a little bit of space. Liver! Oh, it was very nearly intercepted by Biel Beret. Still work to do here. Here goes Colby. Loose ball, walloped away by Ramos, back we come.
I've got that as a genuine attempt.
Interesting to see this again. Really interesting if Louis Belbari gets a hand on this.
Yeah.
I think he does, but we heard Angus Gardner say he thinks it's a genuine attempt.
Tempo.
It's going to be very, very tight call.
Okay. Okay.
Could have major consequences.
I've got a penalty here, but there's potentially a deliberate knock-on over there, so we're just going to slow it down.
Ian Tempest, once more the TMO. Now he will hope that the replay shows us a realistic opportunity to catch the ball, to gather the ball.
Okay, check.
Otherwise, Louis Biel Beret might be in a bit of trouble here.
We're looking at a potential deliberate knock-on. Let's have a look at that on the screen. Okay. Yeah. Never in a realistic position to intercept the ball. Okay, tempo.
The thing for me as well is if he doesn't hit that, Jesse Creel catches it, and it's a 2-on-1 on the outside.
And this is exactly why they want to look at the wide angle, Dan. Would this have been a try but for that?
It could be the double punishment of a yellow card and a penalty try.
Ramos was at fullback and covering.
We're just got to see the wide angle here. It's definitely a deliberate knock-on, but I just need to see is it a line break opportunity.
Would a try probably have been scored?
Yeah. What number is it, 11? Yeah, okay. And there's a line break opportunity on the outside.
He's not the last defender.
Yeah. It's yellow for you. Yeah. Okay, is it yellow for you, Christoph? Yeah. Okay, but I have a decision.
Well, he's going. Louis Biel Beret for 10 minutes.
It's a deliberate knock-on by number 11, France. It's going to be a yellow card.
I have to say, I think they're a little bit fortunate there. I think
you have the option: penalty over here or penalty over there.
It's not a penalty try because
there's a player on the outside.
And there you go, because Tomo Ramos.
The penalty was where Cheslin is.
Would have had a reasonable go
at the 5.
Jesse Creel at full tilt speed, 5 meters out.
I've sung Tomo Ramos's praises all night. I'm not sure how well he'd have done against Jesse Creel and Cheslin Colby on a 2-on-1, but
caught a little glimpse there of Jerome Garces, France's refereeing advisor, who will have been explaining to...
The mark for the deliberate knock-on is actually in front of the posts. Yeah, so you can choose the option again if you want. Penalty in front of the posts or penalty here. Pardon me? Take this one. Okay.
I'm sure that Fabien Gaultier didn't need any explanation, but just in case he did, Jerome Garces is next to him in the coach's box. Yeah,
they're going to take the penalty here on the 5.
Meantime.
Okay, time back on.
Penalty in front of the sticks. Pete steps to Toit, said, no, thank you. I definitely want to take the line out. They are here to strike.
Once again, Norkia pockets it, brings it down, and then the drive, and Steenekamp with his arms on the ball. Williams pulls away. South Africa over the line and scoring. Raw physics doing it for the box. Esterhuizen comes up with it.
There's still 15 minutes or so to go in this game, but when you play against the very best, and this team are the very best, the Springboks, if you do not take your chances and you don't turn territory and possession into points, there's a big chance you're going to come unstuck. This kick to put them 2 points ahead, 3 points ahead, sorry, And for all of France's dominance in territory, possession, line breaks, going to find themselves potentially 3 points behind. Brilliant comeback from the Springboks in terms of basics, winning penalties, winning territory, and just going back to basics and getting the job done. Still a bit to go.
And it looked as if the man in the middle of all that was a centre, used to scoring tries from midfield, turned forward. However, Feinberg and Gomezulu does not have the two. It's still just a 1 point lead.
Look at that display of power. As soon as the feet of the jumper hit the ground, considering how well positioned they were, there was only going to be one issue. Louis Bielbiarré knows it. Such good structure, tremendous power. Springboks are ahead by 1 point.
All play on.
And France have it as a result with Grul. Great chase from the restart to set up the perfect position for France to respond to the concession of that lead.
Whoa.
15 minutes to go in Paris. Springboks, a man down since half-time, and they get the penalty. You've just written something on your notebook in front of us, Dan.
I've just off the back of that conversion hitting the post, and it's, look, none of the kicks that Sacha Feinberg and Gomezulu has missed have been easy, but
yeah, let's go, please.
Man down,
23.
1 point
Let's
game.
go.
There's 8 points missed off the tee, and we said it's probably going to be a one-score game by the end of 80 minutes. Even if you take one of those away and you think 6 points gone, makes a big difference to the scoreboard, doesn't it?
Needs to a bit more from France, don't we, Benjamin? They've not really been setting the tone in this match for the last 10-15 minutes.
And 60% of possession with a true dominance at the beginning of the second half, but very, very little impact on the scoreboard. Couple of mistakes, you end up 5 meters away from your line. A bit of a desperate attempt by Louis Bielbiarré to intercept, and then all of a sudden there's no longer a number advantage on players on the field, and you're 1 point behind.
And here goes Esterhazen, thundering up over halfway. Sneijman, what an impact he's made since coming on. Well, that's a decent take from Feinberg and Gomezulu, running in from fullback now. Williams, Visa, ever willing, ever ready carrier, as is this man, Peter Steph de Toy.
The amount of work Steph de Toy just gets through, honestly, it's an absolute joke.
Williams, Libot, finds its way to Cheslin Colby, and he has a way of finding his way to the try line. But Guillard making sure that there was no way through on that occasion. Somebody's lost a boot. Who's wearing orange?
No! Advantage!
South Africa penalty. So they can play with this for all they like, and Feinberg and Gomezulu in the tackle, but that went forwards. And Jasper Visa can be reunited with his left boot.
Tackler in.
Test match rugby, just all about momentum. If you have it, the game looks easy, doesn't it? All of a sudden the Springbok pack are finding softer shoulders. In the last 10-15 minutes, they've been on the back foot, and France have been finding those. It's just momentum, and what momentum is just positive act on positive act on positive act, and the Springboks have managed 4 or 5 of those.
And again, the decision. They want to hit where it hurts, on the domination, on the line out.
Benjamin, a quick question. Who's it more important to win this game, the Springboks or France?
Well, it's a good question, but I think it's not a matter of thinking of tomorrow or yesterday. France are at home hosting the double world champs. I think it's definitely more important for France to push away the demons and to be successful on home soil.
Good.
I don't know if you can say that they care more.
Listen to Sia Khaleesi, they're tired, he's saying.
How many? Good access.
Let's go. A man who moves nations, Sia Khaleesi, trying to move his rugby team. Remember France without Louis Bielbiarré for the next 5 minutes as South Africa conjure something clever at the front of the line out, but blue French shirts, South African penalty.
Leave the half-back! Leave the half-back! You've got advantage, South Africa.
That ball eventually making its way out to freedom, where Grant Williams goes
Ball
searching.
stuck in there. 16, side entry. Here on the 5.
Keep an eye on Grant Williams here. He often has an eye for the gap. Mane Libok just checking with Du Toit what the plan is.
The atmosphere in the stadium has changed as well, Nick, hasn't it? In terms of it's gone quiet, and I think about 10-15 minutes ago the crowd were bouncing, there were songs going on, the Mexican wave going. It was just, it's changed so much.
Yeah, so I'm aware of it. It's a good question. Go, here we go. Okay, still time off.
They're going to go for a line out here.
Okay, time off.
Malcolm Marks, who is still with us, the hooker may well play a full 80 here. There are the Quilter Player of the Match contenders. Pick yours.
That's okay.
Might depend on which team comes out on top at the end. Well, there are several things you can use a towel for. One is dry the ball, the others sort your ear out. How well has he done since coming on? Two-time World Cup winner off the bench.
Guys, we need
just
good
underlining the
defense
quality
at the
of the Springbok squad right now.
It's strange, isn't it? Because every time you see him sort of start, he probably doesn't have the same impact on the team, but the impact he has from the bench, ridiculous. There's a man who probably wouldn't have missed 8 points from the team.
No.
Okay, no foul
Andre
play.
Pollard biting his nails.
Not sure he feels any nerves, to be honest, but maybe he's better when he's knocking big kicks over on this pitch. But just a point on Andre Pollard there, in terms of we spoke about who's going to have the keys to the 10 shirt for South Africa. I still think that guy, Andre Pollard, is going to be there or thereabouts in 2 years' time, because you want a clutch kicker, you want someone who can knock over a penalty if it's 15-all with 10 minutes to go, and he's going to be your man.
Stay there. You cannot charge. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Okay, they're going for the line. Yep.
You can't do a Cheslin Colby on that one. It's not a conversion.
Okay. Numbers 6.
This feels big, doesn't it? If France escape without conceding a try, it's still on. If the Boks score here, you start to worry for them.
One stop.
Jasper Wiese and all of his mates in the middle of this. Wilco Low having his shirt stretched. Grant Williams, the scrum half, riding the bus. Now it comes wide. Williams goes under the post, the big dive, maybe the one to decide things. And the Springboks coaching box to our left, on their feet. What a performance in the second half this has been from the world champions.
Okay, but if it was your player, would you want that?
How things change, how things change so quick. Again, that driving ball, decision-making to go to the corner, not satisfied with 3 points. And then the gas, the absolute gas from the scrum half to outpace everyone and to score under the sticks. Huge moment.
Barassi from that close to the line, you just defend the ball. You do not worry about the next pass or the next pass. That's somebody else's job. You defend the ball that close to your line. Sean Edwards will be furious with not defending the ball there, but it's a brilliant opportunistic try, piggybacking off all the back of the work of the forwards, and all of a sudden South Africa lead by 8 with 8.5 minutes to go. This is what champions teams, this is what the best do. This is what the champions team do. You saw it with New Zealand earlier. Not to the same level, but this is what they do.
Quick and busy are not Grant Williams' middle names, but they should be. And Sasha Feinberg and Gomazulu took all the time he felt he could over the conversion. And France are making a change. Hugo Orodu on for Paul Boudon. And somehow, despite turning around at half-time, a point up and a man up, France are now 8 points down with 8 minutes to go. Part of the somehow is because they're playing against the world champions with the quality of Libok and the quality of this man, Colby.
Committed.
looking to put the lid on it here. Tomac got back as he needed to. Ramos.
Access!
Another hopeful
Access
kick
is good.
from Feinberg and Gomezulu.
on.
That's been lost
Advantage.
forward by Tomac. Williams couldn't get the ball over the hefty frame of Flamand, so we'll come back for the knock-on. There's Oredu, 6'7". One or two of you may remember his dad,
Okay,
actually.
let's go,
Dabby,
please.
just as big, over 40
No, come on,
caps
let's
for
go.
France a few years back.
Come on, let's go. I want to keep the game
But
moving.
there's
Let's
the
go.
try.
Here we go. Come on, let's go.
It has
Thank
been
you.
a masterclass, though, from the box in this second half of absorbing pressure,
Just keep the height, okay?
hanging on in there,
Okay, and if you
scavenging for
Stay
everything.
down in the contest.
Then
I don't want
almost
you
in
standing
football
up.
terms, sort of
I
hitting
can't
you on the
reward
counter-attack
if
a
both
little
teams
bit,
stand
isn't it?
up.
In terms of,
Okay.
spoke about Thierry Henry earlier in the crowd, very much a football analogy. They've
Okay.
just hit them on the
Give a
counter-attack.
good space.
Some brilliant individuals, some raw power, and that's why they're 25-17 up. A brilliant, brilliant team.
Crouch. Bind. Stand up, stand up. Too much pressure far side. No.
I mean, you mentioned it a couple of minutes ago,
Okay,
Biggs. The
bring 'em
crowd has definitely
Okay. The message
been
Yeah, no.
silenced
Square up.
by the
Square
Springboks
up.
with their
Guys,
overwhelming power,
guys,
but also
too
their
much
ability
pressure.
just
Too
to
much
take them
pressure.
to their
More
arena.
space.
They
Let's
took
go,
them to
reset.
a hurt
Square up.
locker, a
Just square
position
up
where
for me.
rugby is
Square.
about squeezing all the life
Guys,
out
don't
of
have
you.
the pressure,
And it's a
please.
domain that they adore, that they relish. And they took them to their pace, to their strong suits. They went from driving more to scrums. There's no more attacking ability, but they are ruthlessly vicious and efficient at it.
Greg
Crouch.
Aldred applauding as Louis Bielbiere
No, kick it down, please.
joins us for the final 5 and a bit minutes.
Okay, time off, time off, time off. Guys, we're not going to get to this late stage of the game and start to have games at scrum time, all right? Okay? Guys, come down, keep the space so there's no head-on-head actual loading. Let him have his head to the left of yours, please. Time's still off.
Tell us what's going on here, Benjamin. Take us into this. What are the bits that hurt? What are you feeling from your opposite numbers?
When you look at the size of the South African pack, absolutely everything will count. So Guillaume Cranon, the young hooker there, is trying to position himself at everything that he's doing to just try to have the upper hand. So if it's stepping just a little bit to the left to the mark to put maximum pressure on their tight head, he will do so. If it's adding a little bit of additional pressure before the ball is engaged, he will do so. But that comes with a risk, and the risk is that the ref sees it, denies you the ability to do it, and penalizes you. And this is what happened just there.
And that feels like that.
Down, no bind.
They will surely kick the points here and say thank you very much. Oh, well, maybe they won't. Maybe we're underplaying the ambition of this Springbok
Peter,
team.
just to confirm, what's your decision?
You could swear
You're gonna go for
Benjamin
touch,
played
okay.
in the front row for a few years of his career, Nick. Sounded like he knew what he was talking about.
He was great, wasn't he? And they're going to try to turn the screw. It's not the greatest of kicks towards what might have been the 5-metre line, but here's what it came from.
Just something interesting, Nick, as well, and maybe for the viewers and looking ahead for moving forward. We spoke about how many different ways and how they've moved their game on the Springboks, but this second half has been old school Springboks. Kicking in the air, chasing, set piece, power game, grinding teams down. And it's just amazing to see what they can do and how many different ways they can play and grind you down and win games of rugby.
Yeah, they've added extra levels to their game even this year, but this has felt very much like old school box. Sorting it out up front, having a muscle competition, and right now they're looking to finish it off. Libot keeps it going wide, and it's scored by Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu. Sasha FM, hit after hit after hit, and the box extraordinarily have done it.
I hear you. Yeah. What number are you?
A red card before half-time, but these world champions are still going to win in Paris.
So, number 10, France, has just had a word to me about
just extraordinary, isn't it? I mean, he's looked a threat all night. He's looked good in terms of challenging the line, in terms of varying his game, and He was a nominee for Player of the Match a couple of minutes ago. He could well have sealed his Player of the Match award.
Sorry, yeah, thank you, Christophe. So, Tempo, if we need to slow down here. Okay.
I mean,
just hold the kicker here.
I think it's Roman Tomac who just
shot clock off, please.
made the point to Gardner that he or somebody may well have been obstructed on the way to that try being scored. We're going to have another look with Ian Tempest.
Okay, so we're looking at the actions of White 7. Possibly taking 10 too far past the breakdown. So we're going to review that. Okay, let's have a look at that on the screen, please, Tempo.
Just working to get it with the director.
So there's Tomac to the right. And then Peter Steph du Toit with that clear out.
I'm okay with that.
I don't think there's much in that.
I think that's dynamic. And he gets... And he falls to the floor. I'm okay with that, aren't you? Or not? Do you think it's past the breakdown? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Tempo, can you just keep the replays going? We just want to have another look at them, please.
I'm asking for a wide angle.
Okay.
I'm asking for a main wide angle, Angus.
So he's part of the ruck.
Part of the tackle, so he can be clean.
Yeah.
For me, that's not a dry.
Yeah.
That's just a clean.
Yeah, I agree. Do you agree? Yeah. So he's over the ruck there, and so he can be cleaned out. Okay, Tempo, you can come back to me.
Well explained by Angus Gardner.
Yeah.
And it will be a try.
My on-field decision was a try, so I need conclusive evidence. Otherwise, the French player is over the ruck, so he's part of the ruck, so he can be cleaned out, and then he goes to floor. So that's okay.
That ends the debate.
I mean, it's heartbreaking for France, but to be fair, I think it's the correct call. Romain Tomac did engage himself as a sort of a second tackler, so he is part of the ruck, and Peter Steph du Toit just happens to be an enormous human being, and when he cleans you out, well, he can push you over by 6 meters over the ruck. It's not going to be the excuse that's going to deny France from conceding another try, and that gas from the Springboks. They dominated up front, but also on the line out, they shift Jasper Wisse outside, and then they play with a bit more pace. That's a certain lead, and a real, again, an uppercut into the French morale.
Feinberg and Gomezulu's try, his conversion, and look at the score.
Taken back in and use.
There were plenty of Springbok fans, Nick, when we walk into the stadium earlier, won't they? They're going to have a pretty good evening in Paris this evening. They'll be going home happy.
2 knock-ons.
2 knock-ons, 2 minutes to go.
Yep. Scrum France.
South Africa play Italy in Turin next Saturday. I think there's every indication there that they might start with Libok, perhaps Pollard, as they build up to the bigger games against Ireland in Dublin, then Wales in Cardiff. I say bigger games, Italy beat Australia early on today.
Well, I was just going to say, I bet Italy are looking forward to the Springboks coming to town next week, sort of thing. Confidence flying high off the back of a brilliant result in Juventus Stadium, in the Allianz Stadium. Brilliant occasion.
Crouch. Bind.
South Africa's backroom staff are gathering down below us, down by their bench. There's going to be a big celebration at the end of this one. Tomac, run from Deporter, and a hopeful kick through, but the chase from Arendse. And Arendse finds Colby, and Colby wondering if there's just a little bit more juice left in this Saturday night in Paris. Williams, under enormous pressure from Gelon.
All play on.
Wisse, what a game he's had as well, to play at this level for 80 minutes. Part of a team that, for that second 40, played down to 14.
He's every charge down there, but he's everything you want in a number 8, isn't he? At international level, he is every single thing you want in a number 8. He has, and he gives you. Brilliant, brilliant player. I mean, they've all been
Okay,
brilliant,
don't
haven't they, in
swing.
fairness, tonight. It's been high-quality rugby.
Wilco almost stepping into the tackle. The Springboks
Hold in front, White.
squeezing down the seconds, running backwards if they have to.
Yeah.
Colby ends it. Not the noise inside the Stade de France that the locals were hoping for. Instead, the world champions have beaten the Six Nations champions again. No French balm for that World Cup night 2 years ago. How good were these Boks? In adversity, a man down, they've come to Paris and scored 30 points. France 17, South Africa 32.
A better 10 in the first 50.